Hello people, Moino Way from Bakirigan as always and as usual. Yeah, this is going to be another astrological video. I haven't done these in a while, so hence me having made the decision to do so. It's been a while, so yeah, let's get down to it. In the top left corner, I repeat, in the top left corner you can see who I'm going to be covering. A woman by the name of Phyllis Amanda Peterson and her general birth information. This is going to be a quick going through, if you will, or summary of an individual, obviously a woman, without utilizing her time of birth. That's why you're seeing the time of birth being 6 a.m. The time of birth is invalid. I repeat, the time of birth is invalid. She was born on Thursday, July the 8th, 1971 in Greeley, Colorado in the U.S. So yeah, let's... I'm briefly going to show you a video really quick of who she was and whatnot, so that you can see it for yourself, and then you can simply draw your own conclusions, so to speak, and then we'll continue with the video.
Amanda Peterson was born on July 8th, 1971 in Greeley, Colorado. Her birth name was Phyllis Amanda Peterson. She's known for being an actress. She was a natural beauty whose smile lit up the room. She started acting at age 7 in the stage production of The Sound of Music. She was in over 50 TV commercials. When she was 11, she got a small role in the 1982 musical called Annie. She beat out 8,000 other girls who auditioned for that part. She was in several TV shows, including Silver Spoons and Doogie Howser, MD. Her breakthrough role was in the 1987 movie called Can't Buy Me Love. She continued acting in movies and TV shows until 1994 when she decided to leave the entertainment business. She was sexually assaulted at age 15 and didn't tell anyone for a long time. People who knew her noticed a change in her. She started using drugs. She was married twice and had 2 children. Her life spiraled out of control. She was arrested 5 times for assault, harassment, DUI, possession of drug paraphernalia, and suspicion of distributing a Schedule II controlled substance. She died in 2015 from a morphine overdose. She was 43 years old. Amanda.
So yeah, you heard it. Long story short, she was an actress, child actress. She was sexually abused, so she was raped when she was 15 years old. So that was around 1986, a year after I was born. And then you saw how everything went downhill. So that singular event had a monumental impact on her, as she herself stated. And it was only when you read the Wikipedia entry on her, which you can find linked in the description, if you're that interested in detail, obviously, then you can find the information where it says, or part of it where it says that essentially 2 months after she died, that her family shared the information that she was raped at the age of 15. She told them and she confided in them in secret, obviously, and she was ashamed and did not want to tell anybody because she was just embarrassed that it happened to her overall, despite the fact that it lied outside of her control up to a considerable extent, obviously, either in its totality or partially or whatever. And yeah, you can clearly tell based on that summary how horrendous she looked. I mean, she was beautiful. She was a cute girl. She was no legendary princess, but she was an attractive woman in her own right, well above average or considerably above average. And then all of a sudden, everything immediately just went downhill after that traumatic event. And I'm simply going to show people in relation to her general life and all the details and whatnot, what you can also notice in terms of the aforementioned. Now, so let's start off here. Again, since the time of birth is non-applicable, you can ignore the houses. I repeat, you can ignore the astrological houses, and you can ignore the degrees that the planets are in. The zodiac signs, etc., all of those are valid, but the houses and the degrees, you can ignore that. So first up, you've got Mercury and Juno, both of which are in Leo. Within this context, it stands for a strong artistic expression or a desire to express oneself artistically, and also creativity. So you're already seeing why she was an actress and why she was talented to the point where she made quite a name for herself. Pluto is in Virgo, which indicates a strong desire for perfectionism, for craftsmanship, as being as detailed and as highly organized as possible, which was the case with her, maybe up to excess levels sometimes even, but in general, yes, when it came to her ambitions and related, she definitely was highly detailed. highly detailed and highly detailed conscious. Again, you're already seeing, her personality is already taking shape in terms of the chart mirroring it. Lilith and Uranus are both in Libra. Uranus, honestly, arguably at its strongest in Libra. Uranus is perfectly balanced in Libra. These two stand for the fact that she was well balanced as an individual. She was not. This was not someone that suffered up to any degree from bipolar disorder or anything like that. This is not someone that was even slightly mentally unstable or emotionally or anything. No. She was near perfectly balanced, mentally, emotionally. Everything was in quote unquote perfect alignment or near perfect alignment and or correlation with itself in terms of her personality. And this is where the trouble begins. Jupiter is in Scorpio going retrograde, and Neptune is in Sagittarius going retrograde, and both of them oppose Saturn, which is in Gemini. Now, Pluto in Scorpio going retrograde stands for just that. It stands for her being taken advantage of sexually, and the fact that Neptune is right next to Jupiter stands for the fact that it had a devastating effect on her mentally. Neptune being in Sagittarius stands usually for someone that is that just brightens the day with their smile, someone that's happy-go-lucky in general, someone that is fun-loving. And the fact that both are going retrograde stands for the fact that this traumatic event that Jupiter relays to us had a devastating mental impact on her, and it just absolutely crushed her. Not to mention the opposition with Pluto, which also is the metaphorical nail in the coffin. The fact that Saturn is in Gemini. The fact that it's opposed Saturn in Gemini, the Gemini aspect simply stands for the fact that it also severely impacted her daily life and related. It just absolutely devastated her and destroyed her. End of story. Including drug abuse or potential drug abuse and whatnot. You've got the Moon, the Earth, and the Pot of Fortune here all in Capricorn. The Moon and the Earth in Capricorn stands for a very strong desire she had to be ambitious. She was highly ambitious and had a strong drive for reaching or achieving success, and that's why the Moon is opposed to Sun. If this is valid, then, which I think it is, as far as I know, the aspects are still fully valid, except for aspects to the ascendant or the midheaven or the midheaven, or just plain midheaven. It had an impact on her home life, her domestic life. So essentially neglecting your home life and excelling at your career in its place, or better said, excelling at your career all the while neglecting your home life. So her domestic life, she sacrificed it just so she could actually make it. The Pot of Fortune is there, stands for a considerable amount of success that was achieved herein, which is obvious based on what she is known for, based on the short video I played about her. Mars in Aquarius stands for the fact that, again, a strong drive for public acknowledgement and recognition, being in the public eye. She wanted to be all look at me, strong desire for attention from the public. For the rest, Chiron and Pallas are respectively in Aries and in Taurus. Doesn't really say anything. She did, the fact that Pallas is in Taurus stands for the fact that she did have a desire for money, essentially, to make money with what she did, but not that it was a main focus or that she was greedy, bluntly put, or anything like that. No. She wanted to see money, but not up to devastating levels, or not to the point where it enjoyed high priority, or it was high priority for her. Chiron in Aries, again, simply stands for overall miscellaneous conflict, honestly. Especially conflict from those that were supposed to mentor her, which is also what I suspect. I mean, being in the show business, being an actress and whatnot, we all know what time it is in relation to the acting business, especially in relation to her respective location and whatnot. It doesn't come as a surprise that this event occurred or that it took place within her life, and Chiron does give a minor view into it. That's why Chiron is in Aries. Aries stands for conflict. So the person that she suffered abuse from sexually most likely was one of her mentors. It was someone that she either saw as a mentor or an outright mentor, one of the two or both. In any case, someone that she looked up to, someone that was supposed to show her the ropes. And for the rest, you've got Ceres, Venus, and the Sun in Cancer. And it doesn't really say a lot. It simply stands for the fact that she had that generally speaking, home life was important to her, and she had a nurturing home life. She wasn't home life. There was nothing horrendously bad about home life. She had a good home that she came from. No broken home or anything like that. And last but not least, in terms of her looks, Venus by default is exalted in Cancer, so Venus is extra strong. Most likely, if you were to include her time of birth, Venus could be most likely conjunct the ascendant or positively aspected to it or midheaven or something along those lines. In any case, Venus most likely was extra strong. That's why she was so pretty. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's in a nutshell what this girl's life was about. And as you can see, it all fits perfectly. Again, check the link in the description or the end video if you want to see or view it for yourself. Bye.